Good morning. You know that moment when you spent 2 hours watching clips of Gordon Ramsay shouting at people, and you suddenly realise you're one of those people. Not literally, of course. You're not an undercooked scallop, but spiritually, oh, you are absolutely being yelled at by the universe right now. And that, my friends, brings us sweetly to today's life-changing wisdom, courtesy of everyone's favourite Roman emperor and reluctant Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius. He once said that each thing you would do, say, or intend be like that of a dying person. Now, before you start dramatically clutching your chest like it's the season finale of Downton Abbey, let's break that thing down. Let's try and understand it. Oh, first, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful sunny morning. And before we go any further, smash that like button right now and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Unless, of course, you enjoy living like a background character in someone else's life. Your choice. Yeah, really, subscribe now. It makes a difference. Or risk taking life advice from that one aunt who thinks Mercury retrograde is why her Wi-Fi doesn't work. Marcus Aurelius is basically saying, live every single moment as if you're about to drop dead soon. Which sounds bleak at first, doesn't it? But if you think about it, it's actually genius. I mean, imagine if people actually did it. Meetings wouldn't drag on for hours, would they? Sorry, Nigel, but if I were dying, I wouldn't spend my last moments debating the office font. People would stop holding grudges. Would I really spend my final breath angry at that Karen who stole my yogurt in 2018? And most importantly, no one would hesitate, this is a serious one, no one would hesitate to eat that last slice of pizza. Because if you were dying, would you really sit there thinking, oh, should I be polite? Nope, you'd be grabbing that one last slice like Leo DiCaprio even, grabs his age-inappropriate relationship. I once spent way too much time doing what other people wanted. You know, playing it safe, overthinking, planning for a future that may or may not happen, like I was some kind of unpaid extra in the Truman Show. And one day it hit me like a ton of bricks. Life isn't some grand rehearsal where we perfect everything before the real show starts. This is it. This is the main event, right now. Can we cue the dramatic Neville Goddard realization, please? The 3D world is just the old me clinging on. The new me, the one who actually does things, exists now. And if I act like I have all the time in the world, I'll just keep watching reruns of my own bad habits. You know, and that's when I finally figured out the real modern version of Marcus Aurelius' quote. Live like someone who just found out that Wi-Fi is going down in 5 minutes. Make your moves, send the texts, take the risks, and for the love of everything, don't waste time buffering. Here are my favourite 6 Askfirmations of today, or as I like to call them, questions. Questions that will save you from being a total disaster. Number 1. If my life were a Netflix series, would this be a pivotal moment or just filler? Am I actually living, or am I just in a montage of bad decisions that lead to my rock bottom episode that no one's going to watch? Number 2. Am I saying what I actually mean, or am I just trying to be liked? Because if I was on my deathbed, I probably stop sugarcoating things and finally tell Greg from accounting that his fun facts aren't fun. True story. Number 3. If I weren't afraid of failing, what would I do right now? Would I finally start that business? Confess my feelings? Not to Greg. Or at least attempt to cook something that isn't just toast? Number 4. Is this a me decision, or am I just running on autopilot? Would I still be doing this if I wasn't pressured by my parents, my boss, or the invisible judgment of that one overachieving friend? Number 5. Am I making this harder than it needs to be? Is this situation actually difficult, or have I just convinced myself I need to suffer first? Lastly, number 6. Would I regret not doing this if I had no time left? Because nothing haunts you like the risks you didn't take, except maybe that one text you sent in 2013. But let's not dwell on that, shall we? Ask yourself these questions, these type of questions even daily, and I promise you'll start making actual moves in life instead of just being a sentient to-do list with anxiety. Let's wrap this up, shall we? Before we all get too self-aware and spiral into an existential crisis. Marcus Aurelius basically gave us a life hack, the ultimate life hack, in fact. Live like a dying person, minus the melodrama. Make choices like time actually matters, because, spoiler alert, it does. And before you go, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and comment something below with your biggest I shouldn't have done. Oh, try and get your words out of your mouth. What do you want to comment below? I should have just gone for it moment. What's your biggest one? If you don't, somewhere out there a motivational speaker is preparing a very long speech about wasted potential, complete with slow motion montage footage and a Coldplay soundtrack. It's your call, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I love you and I really miss you. Take care.